Okay, I'm back. Second video today for Raincoin. I've been out all day trying to prep for this big snowstorm that we have coming, supposedly up to 12 inches. So I've been putting plows on things and moving equipment here and there, making sure everything's fueled up. But I've been getting alerts all day. And it's been for Raincoin because every time I set a bunch of different spots, a bunch of different alerts. And I thought I set them way ahead of what I was ever going to need. And I've been hitting them all all day long. Let me show you what exactly is going on here. This is why I've been getting alerts all day. When we made a video this morning, we were down, I think, below 14, teetering around 14. And I said, well, let's see what happens. I mean, hopefully we can, we can hit that 14 and stay above that and make that a new floor, right? And if that's the new floor, then maybe we can, in some time we can find our way up to 15. Well, that all happened a lot faster than I thought it was going to. And look at it. I'm going to make this big so we can just kind of look at it, right? This is what I was talking about. So we kept hitting 14, right? Kept hitting this wall at 14, boom, 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 bouncing off. And finally we got over it. And I was like, okay, so it might come back down again, but I'm hoping that it just bounces off of this 14 and stays above it from now on. Well, crypto gods heard my prayer, I guess. Actually, what kind of happened is this. Right after I made that video this morning, Calvin, the one of the co-creators of Raincoin, sent me a message and said that MEXC had did their official announcement that they would be listing Raincoin. Now, we knew it was going to happen. We didn't know exactly when. You kind of want to wait. They like to announce it first, right? The exchange likes to announce first. Well, they made the announcement today. Not only they made the announcement that they're going to be listing it, but trading for Raincoin starts on MEXC tomorrow. Okay, that is a huge catalyst. But here's what I've been thinking about, and here's what you should be thinking about. We were up as high as this thing really has ever been in that $14 range, right? That's pretty much as high as it's ever been. And that news of MEXC being a catalyst was awesome. But very often we see that happen and something will go up a little bit and then it'll just come flying back down, right? That isn't always the biggest catalyst, particularly when you're already kind of on the top of your game, on the top of where you've ever been. But there's a lot of other things going on here, and this is what I've been trying to tell you in a million videos in the last couple weeks, right? Is that there are different dynamics here. This one hits differently. The tokenomics are different. The way it was developed is different. The reflections are different than pretty much anything else that you know of. You might say, oh, that's similar to this, that's similar to that, but it's not quite exactly the same. It was an experiment, right? We talked about this. It was an experiment. You've got Calvin, who is the finance guy. This is what he does for a living. He's done it forever, right? You've got Adam, who is a blockchain developer, and they put together technology with just really good economics, right? Tokenomics, and thought that they wanted to find different ways to do it, okay? Starting with, only launching with 1 million supply, right? When you see how many, other meme coins, particularly, how much they launch with, it's like ridiculous numbers. They wanted to launch with 1 million supply. They didn't want to be dealing with tiny prices right out the gate. So they took the whole entire supply and shoved it right into liquidity. The whole thing, right? And then they bought back off the market, out of their own pocket, 50% of those tokens, stuck them in a wallet for some special things, right? that immediately, so basically when they kind of launched, right? For people, it launched at, I think he said 0.001. That's a lot better than the, 6, 7, 8 zeros that we normally see. So we already started off doing pretty well, right? Already started off being a fairly valuable coin. And then the way that they have set up with the reflections being, and also making it automated, where there are no human hands touching anything. Everything happens through the smart contract automatically. It's renounced. You can't change it. It's just the way it is, right? Every time someone buys, every time someone sells, every time you can move it from, here to there, right? Trade, swap, or whatever. Any transaction, there's 1% tax, if you want to call it that, right? But that 1% goes back to all the holders. And with that wallet, that deployer wallet that the 50% was put in, technically being a holder, it gets its weight in reflections back to it, right? So it just keeps feeding itself. And then it feeds everybody else. So if you bought X amount today, you come back tomorrow and you will have more in your wallet and you didn't even do anything. Obviously, the more you have, the more weight, the more of a percentage of those reflections you get. It really, it's just different. It's just different. The people who hold this, hold it. They hold it. They are holding on. There are people that are trading it, obviously. You see new people come in, buy it. Some people sell it, whatever, right? It happens. When I first bought in, I was holder number 588. That's how many there were when I first bought in. I don't know, a few weeks ago. Was it 4? I lose track of time. Is it 3 weeks, 4 weeks? No more than that, right? I believe there's over 800. Oh yeah, holders. I'm looking right at it. Look over here on the left in these boxes. 829 holders. That's in a matter of a few weeks. The word is spreading. The word is getting out. But people buy it, and they buy it. It goes up. Sometimes they sell it, right? Sometimes they buy back in, whatever. But you have a core, huge number of holders who are just holding on for dear life because they know that we're nowhere near reaching the potential of this thing. And even though, I think I started to say this, even though we were already up at the top, MEXC comes in and people come out of nowhere and decide, I'm going to throw thousands into this thing, right? Think about it for a minute, all right? Why? What would make you do that when it's already kind of at the top of where it's been? Well, you want to know a few things when you're going to get involved in a cryptocurrency, right? You want to know that you can rely on it. There have been a lot of scams. There have been a lot of people that have lost a lot of money with rug pulls and whatever. So you want to know that it's reliable. You want to know that it has a track record. You want to know that it has a good community. You want to know that it has a plan. There's a lot of things that you want to know. You want to know what the supply is. Can the supply be diluted? Is there any more that can be thrown in? Well, no, not here, right? A lot of things that you want to know. So these people, when they see, okay, it gets a MEXC listing, you know that the team, if you want to call it a team in this case, is actually doing things to provide for the token, the coin, to provide for the project, provide for the holders, and is looking forward and building this thing. Because understand, there's nothing here to pay a CEX for the listing. That money, and CEXs aren't cheap, that money is coming out of somebody's pocket. Okay? The people who created this, they're coming out of their own pocket to jump in and have listings, to get these CEX listings. And MEXC won't be the last one. So people that look at it know all the other stuff, the tokenomics and everything else that we talked about, right? And then they see that these people are coming out of their own pocket to get listed on CEXs, to come up with different plans and different ways that this thing can be used. They know that this thing is a serious project, that it's not going to just back out and pull out on them, right? Everybody in here is a holder, including the developers, the creators, right? They know that it's not going anywhere. They see the potential with the tokenomics, and they say that $16, $15, $14, whatever, it's not too high a price to get in because we're not even in a bull market yet. And this thing has gone up exponentially. It will continue to go up most likely on this same trajectory. And it's really still early. And I'm going to say it. I've said this before, but I got to keep saying it because this is really a major point you should pay attention to. All right? People who way back here, okay? This was $1.30 range, right? Then it ran up, right? From $1 something, ran up to like $1.70. Then it come up here, we're at $2, okay? And so maybe if you were down here in the dollar range or whatever, right? And it ran up, all of a sudden it's at $2, it's 2x. A lot of people at that point might have said, oh, this thing's run up quite a bit. I'm just learning about it now, but it's run up. I'll wait for it to come back, pull back to maybe like $1 or something, then I'll get in, okay? But it kept going here, it kept going here. Then it jumped up a little more. We're at $2, $2.20, $2.14, $2.15, right? $2.25. It kept going up, right? And those people were still waiting for that dollar pullback. Boom. Shot right up. Now we're at $3.40. And so you had those same people, and maybe even more people that said, oh, this thing's run up like crazy. I can't get in it now. Let's wait for it to pull back to like $2 or something like that, right? Okay. All right. So you want to wait for that? Boom. Shot up to $5.80. Boom. Shot up to $7.80. Right? Every time people look back and say, oh, it's too late now. Oh, you see how far it's run up? I can't get in now. It's too late. Can't do that, right? And then they come back and they look back and boom, ran up to $9, right? Came back down a little bit. Oh, here's my mouse acting up again. I don't know why it does this. I've got a cordless mouse and it acts weird sometimes, but I just have to get a corded one, I think. It didn't want to get in there, so waited a little while, and then boom, up to $10.80. And they look back and they think, oh, I should have got in at 8. I should have got in at 6. I should have got in at 3, right? What does it do? It just keeps going. Keeps going. Then we went up to 13. And this big candle, that came all the way up to 14 something, right? Then it came way back. I mean, some people jumped in, right? They jumped back in. And it pulled way back like this. And, it was a good thing because it gave a lot of people the opportunity to get in. But if they got in here at 10.50 when it pulled back, they still must be thinking to themselves, oh, I wish I got in at 8. I wish I got in at 6, right? But it's still not too late because if I get in at 10.50, boom, right back up to $14, okay? And then people might say, oh, yeah, because I made a video today, and they might see that video and they'd be like, oh, $14? I mean, geez, just a couple weeks ago it was at $1. I can't get in now. If they said that this morning, they're probably kicking themselves again because now it's at 16.36. It's been up to 16.67 today, and I see no reason why it shouldn't keep making fools of people who say it's too late to get in now. You're not paying attention. This one hits differently. I know everybody says that. Oh, this is going to change the game. This is going to change crypto. No. Look at it for yourself. This one is different. So these people that said, oh, MEXC, all right, you're listening, right? Nope, not too late for me. Boom. They pushed it all the way up to $16. MEXC is going to list tomorrow. You're going to be able to trade tomorrow. What's that going to do to it, right? It could shoot up more. We got a bull market coming. What's that going to do to it? It's going to shoot up more. I can't even feel bad anymore for people who didn't get in yet. I can't feel bad for you because I've been telling you about it, and you've had so many opportunities. You still have another opportunity because $16 is nothing. I could see this thing at $18, $20, and then pushing up and going on from there just because it's just designed to do that. So don't take my word for it. Really don't. Don't take my word for it. I want you to check it out for yourself. Do your research, ask questions. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section. Hit the like button for me if you could on the way out. Other than banging my head against the camera, I don't know what else to do to get you guys to pay attention to this. I will keep making videos about it every day that I can. Every day that it's doing something, I'll let you know about it. And maybe, if you didn't catch this, hopefully you caught this one. You didn't catch any others. Maybe you caught this one. Maybe some people will catch the next one. I don't know. But I'm just trying to get the word out. I'm trying to put this on your radar because it's different. And a lot of people have already made a lot of money, and there's a lot of money left still to make. So, I don't know. It's up to you. You like money? All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Ciao.